lot of cheese. I got the dialect of dairy in my diary. I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I want to circulate the units in the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see no...
With a winter chill gripping much of the nation, no such worries today here in the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. You look at this Raiders defense, and they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Straight ahead, ETN. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Plays 12 yards that time and a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. That's complete right around the 8. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Hey, run!
Again, it's Lawrence. Flushed out right. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jaguars will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Fields changing the play. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
A shotgun snap, Fields. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quicker.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Return of 9. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division and making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The partner of this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 43-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You look at the 6 there, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Fields now to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That looks like there's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 71-yard punt return. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The York on now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And Devontae's going to have a Raiders first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, Fields. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Francisco. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play. And they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
Extra point by York is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish. Okay. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now a shot taken on third down. It's going to end up incomplete.
Continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On second down, ETN once more. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
It's a gain of a yard.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So first and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Lawrence. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So maybe some signs of life. I mean, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return an interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
Raiders 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence will throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, it's Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
At the 14-yard line.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Raiders 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring it all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football, and the Jags grab it, and they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Hey, kill!
Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And the Jaguars are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Brown with career touchdown number 60. And the Jaguars are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's Fields. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown, interception, now we got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And how about this, a fake? And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. ETN up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Lawrence to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
York able to send this one through, and that one extended their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though that's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's got this down to the 35. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Well, Lawrence going to move him around a bit. And they'll go again with ETN. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hey, run! Here we go, son.
They'll try the left side with ETN. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the counter, ETN. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a give to ETN. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And that one still nearly even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure if they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go, son.
Now Fields going to move him around. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Fields. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
3rd and long. It's Fields. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all